revenge, somebody might win it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown.
They should take it to 10.
Hey.
It's lonely on top of the throne. I ain't a king of the pawn. Hop on a jet across the globe. I guess the road is my home and there's so many milk. Cause bird in my dome and like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it slow. I'm sturdy as hell as a vessel alone. They showing me love in my city.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. Fall is in the air and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Watch your slap, watch your slap, watch your slap. Check 15, check 15.
They'll run on first down. Swift. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get up.
Hey, alert.
Mike's 40. Mike's 40. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go. 40's the Mike. Squeeze.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
Yeah, 15 on it. 55 to Mike. I'm trying to collect.
On first down, Taylor. Timmy Jernigan, the Florida State man, in on the stop.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
On the I'm here all day. Shit!
From midfield now, here's Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Stephon Tuitt came out of Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and just wonder, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
Here we go. Henry. Watching your guard. Quit talking about it and bring it.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And room there to work it inside the 25. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a 3rd and about 5.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
You better be ready.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Ready. Eat. I'm coming after you.
They'll run on 1st down. Taylor. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
He's crashing. He's checking credit.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
It's now 3rd and 4.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
All day, every day, any day.
The give to Taylor. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Taylor. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here we go, team. Here I come.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Easy. Bravo.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Start. 180. 50. Hey, 40's Mike. Hey, box drop. Exit. My 40. Check tight. Quarter.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to rip. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Terrell Edmonds comes flying in from safety for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Mike's 50. Watch the screen. 66. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Now it's Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Ready. 50's the mark. Danny. Watch safety creeping.
Here's Taylor. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Ricky.
They'll run with Taylor. And he'll get this pretty close to a 1st down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 22.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Ravens on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now Taylor. And an alley to run. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. So they went to the ground game on 3rd, hoping to pick up the 1st. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, 3rd down. They don't care that it's 3rd and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call a running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up, because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. Snicker, got spin. Whirl!
Now it's Roethlisberger. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Matt Judon in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
Hey, look, 48. Hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. On the NFL scoreboard, 2nd quarter in Nashville. And the Lions have opened it up, leading now by a couple of touchdowns. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
25 yards there on the catch and run. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you, coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Alert, alert! Mike. Hey, Orbit. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Switch the mic right here. We go Mike 40, Mike 40. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this. Mike 40, Mike 40. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Roethlisberger. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Tim Williams. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
What you got, Levy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. 40's Mike. 40's Mike.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Taylor. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run with Taylor. And an alley to run. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half.
Ravens 28, Steelers nothing. Justin Tucker set to
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here at half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. To throw here, Roethlisberger. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And got his man complete. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Show that bench release and go. Hey, Charlie! Mike's 40. Mike's 40. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong.
Roethlisberger will throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
No foul! Check. 40's Mike. 40's a Mike. 40's a Mike.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on 1st down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Intended for Juju Smith-Schuster. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, this from 37. And his kick here is good. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And an alley to run. There he goes, left side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. He returns the kickoff and even 90 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And talk about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
and I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he goes out right around the 39. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
50. Mike 40, Mike 40. Hey, what?
Here's Roethlisberger. And Austin Safarian-Jenkins has it. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Roethlisberger, he's going to go deep for Conley. Oh, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a better game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
77. Mike 40, Mike 40.
Here's Roethlisberger. And he finds Safarian-Jenkins. The 20, 10, and oh so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. After the big play, a chance to finish now, and he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
55, come on, guy, 55. You don't want to go.
Jackson now. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Mike, 55.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check pass. Check pass. Switch.
They'll try the left side. Swift, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback. Jack 16. Hey, zoom.
Throwing on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Matt Judon. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
Exit. It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Ford is the mark.
Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, he bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation. Instead, tried to get it all back in one play.
Yeah, 3rd and long. Thought he needed the deep pass. Couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
No spacing. 48 for Mike. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They'll try and throw for him with Roethlisberger. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Watch the whip. Check. Lucky.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Roethlisberger. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
3 down, 3 down. Hey, check, check. 3 down, 3 down.
Now back to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Back now in Baltimore. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. They'll bring out 4 receivers. 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. Again, it's Roethlisberger. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. And the Steelers on 3rd down, lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
40's Mike. 40's Mike. Get in the way.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no, let's switch the mic right here.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. It's complete to Chris Conley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
First down, Steelers.
Alert, alert. Quarter.
Mike 40. Let's go. Let's get this Mike.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Roethlisberger. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down.
I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
Hey, Alpha. These 2.
Hey, Mike 40. Mike 40. Cut.
Check like
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Safarian Jenkins has it. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football, and that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their body.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Matt Judon in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now Roethlisberger to throw, and he's going to go down again. Matt Judon has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. And a tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
I got you. 40's Mike. 40's Mike. Watch the pass. Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no, let's switch the mic.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Hey, you're on an island. Alert, alert. Single receiver. Check number 19. Check number 19. Silver.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. This is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
66.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Greystone, travel. 40's the mark.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
He's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
And now Big Ben will lead the Steelers up to go for 2.
Yeah.
44.
Mike's 40.
Hey, Delta.
I'm coming after you. 40.
Now Roethlisberger. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Check, ready. Pittsburgh. Hey, pick your game up. Big Dan. Go. Come. Go.
Now Jackson on 1st down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a 4th quarter advantage. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. On 2nd down now, it's Taylor, and he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Throwing is Jackson. And he's got it. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another 1st down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Double tight, double tight. Odd. Hit a roll. West. Way to go.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Kill.
On 3rd down, Taylor. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that. But there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well at hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Baltimore, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all. Dash, honey, y'all, dash, honey, y'all, dash, honey, y'all, dash, yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs.